Super Dave here with another exciting review, and we're starting a new series of reviews here at Super Dave's Reviews, and it is going to be items or characters or action figures or sets or accessories that go well with MOTU Classics. Super Dave's Reviews, MOTU Classics, and other action figures is just that. We're mainly about MOTU Classics, but I like other action figures, so I throw them in. And one of those is the Primal Age stuff, which I've already showcased this nice accessory, or you might want to call it a vehicle, or beast, or a character from the Primal Age things and products. And this is Joker's beast, but he goes really well, as you can tell, along with the Masters Universe, as many faces is riding him there. And of course he'd go along just as well with the bad guys, the villains, but I think he's neat with the good guys. I just like this guy, I like his colors, he fits in well with Eternia. And so that's one. And I got this guy, this lizard beast, Joker beast, by Primal Ages on Amazon Prime for $5. And I think it's just a little over $5 still now. So if you're interested, it's January of 2020, so you can go on in there and check that out. But that's just one example. Well, then found out that these were just a little over $28. And so this is what I want to review today, the Primal Age Batcave. Now, this says Batcave. Now, to me, it screams evil lair of none other than Mumm-ra. That's right. You know, and there's a comparison I'm going to put on the side. There's Mumm-ra's lair, and this is the Batcave. I know there's some things about this that scream Batcave or bats. I'll say it that way, but not necessarily Batcave for me. When it's talking about Primal Age and this look, I think of MOTU Classics. And then when I looked at this face, we've already got a Castle Grayskull like back there in the background. Then I thought, well, where could I use this guy? Snake Mountain's on its way. Going to do a review of that when it comes. So it's not going to be for Skeletor. Snake Mountain has a huge significance to the MOTU universe and just the story background, so you can't replace that. But I couldn't really afford one of those old vintage, you know, Mumm-ra tomb sets that you see on eBay that's going anywhere from $200 to $400, $500 and up. Wow, just for plastics. I'm like, man, this has got the white eyes, the look. Even though this is not a casket, so to speak, there's that evil gate, you know. I think it could work. So we're going to check it out. Let's break it open and review this Primal Age Batcave. All right. All right, so here is our DC Primal Age, the Batcave. You see the nice artwork on this side and the bats coming out there and that gate there, and then some other of the selling points back here, the villains and the heroes. There's the Joker's beast, and then the hero's bat hound, which he's cool too, but I just like the lizard better. He looks more MOTU to me. And then there's the other side, made by Funko Toys in association with DC, of course. And there's a little zoom in there of what you're looking at on the inside of this bone thing here. Now these are made for the 5 1/4 figure scale figures, kind of like the original vintage Masters of the Universe characters. All of these are like 5 1/4. You've got King Shark. But we're going to be looking at seeing how this fits in. Again, this new series of reviews is sets, action figures, and accessories that can fit in with the MOTU Classics size, which would be that 6 to 7 inch scale. So let's break him open. We're going to be looking also in the future as far as things like Fortnite figures and some other accessories to see how they fit in with MOTU Classics that are on the market today. Especially if you're interested in that, you'll love this series. This one's really cool. So let's check it out. All right, here's everything out of the package. So let's go ahead and take a look at the size of this play set from the base all the way up to the top horn. Let's look and see here. It looks like it's about 21 inches tall, and the width of just this first part here, not the entire girth of it opened up, which we'll look at in a moment, looks like it's at about 14 and a half inches wide. So let's just take a look at it. Look at these translucent flames right at the gate here. You see that nice looking aged, crusted, almost battle-worn kind of metal gate at the very beginning. Of course, the face built in with those glowing, they almost glow, and even in this lighting here, that the window on this side, the translucent flame, blue flame up here at the top. And again, you have this flame over here. You got a little section here, a standing area where a figure could be. The two horns at the top, this one's a little taller, almost simulating the bat's wings that are folded in there. Going on around, you see the window here, and of course the hinges that are very similar to Castle Grayskull, even the vintage Castle Grayskull. And then on the back, it's just this rock formation with a nice open circular window back here as everything comes together nicely, and then two latches that attach to close in the play set. So just a really neat looking set overall. And just check out these accessories. You got this neat bone looking thing. I mean, now does that not scream MOTU Classics? I mean, that's going to be awesome. Now this little banner here has the bat symbol on one side, but hey, turn it around and it's blank. We could put what we want here, or we could even paint over this. So you've got options there. And then look at this, and we'll be looking at these inside the playset, but this is really cool. Almost like a little bat helmet, but a little staging area, kind of like Castle Grayskull came with that little practice thing that spun. This is kind of the idea of practicing against that with a bow and arrow, with a sword, with an axe, trying that out. Then you've got various weapons. Check out this almost crystal ball looking thing, a cauldron or whatever you want to call that. Really neat. It's got bats on the side, but it looks kind of like wood, so that will fit in with classics. And then I just love this throne. Check out this throne. And before you ask, let's go ahead. I know you're eager to find out, and I certainly am. Let's look and see. I don't know about you folks, but I think it's going to work. I may have to do some adjustments, but wow, now that works. That really works. Check that out. I mean, that is in scale. I mean, I just wanted to kind of find that out myself out the gate. I haven't even checked literally out the gate here. But look, even standing on about a not quite a ½ inch turntable here, but just right there, look, that works. And then you step down another level, that works. I know if you up here you're too tall, but if you're doing photos and you're doing an adventure dioramas like I do, this the stories, when I'm using this, like I said, this is going to be, because you know Thundercats, I mean, that's a no-brainer. Thundercats works in very well. I mean, they've even got comic books with it, with Masters of the Universe, the Thundercats. And so I'm going to allow this to be my Mumm-ra's place, headquarters, evil lair, whatever you want to call it. And so that is going to be so cool. Check that out. I mean, that actually fits perfect in scale with Mumm-ra there. So let's zoom on in here and take a look at that. Oh yeah, I mean, that almost looks better. I know it's not a tomb, but that almost looks better than the one that came out in the 80s. I think I'm going to be happy with that. I like it, and I like it a lot. Just check that out. It even fits perfectly, the head clearance and everything, even better than Hordak. In my stories, Hordak and Horde Prime are going to partner with Mumm-ra from Third Earth as the powers of the universe leaked out when Starseed began to leak, and the powers of the universe from the elders began to leak out. And of course, I believe Mumm-ra was one of the ones that was a recipient of this power, and that in my story is going to what makes him immortal. But he just fits in perfect. I don't think that could look any better or fit any better. And if you're interested in using that idea, I just wanted to show you, because this is so, to me, that is so cool. Wow. Can't wait to get my Mumm-ra, the ever living, from Super 7 when they come out next year, and just excited about that, or the end of this year, whenever the timeline will be for that, because when he transforms, of course, he'll be a little bigger, but you know, we can see what he looks like on the inside of that. But that is just so awesome. That fits with that particular character. All right, let's open it up. All right, so open it up for the first time. Let's turn it on around here and just kind of pop open those little tabs here. And again, I'm opening this up for the first time right here on camera. So let's check this out. There's what I felt. There's a little bit of just some tape. All right, went ahead and put in the Batcave. I just dremeled some holes opposite the little tiny holes there, and put the little banner that had the Batman symbol up there. Used a little tacky just to get it in place. Went ahead and positioned these. So see, it's no longer the Batcave. We could paint or put a sticker or whatever we want to put there. You see the inside. I mean, check this prison out. That is nicer than any prison we've ever really gotten as far as the size. And yes, you could put, now this is a bad guy, I want to put a villain, but you can put a full-size Masters of the Universe Classics figure inside of that jail cell. So yes, you can do that. Yes, oh yes, you can. This throne you can put wherever you want to. It'll fit up here. It'll fit next to there. You can set it up right there in the middle. It's got almost a shine to it. As you see, it's almost got a metallic gunmetal shine to it, which is really cool. And again, even though it's supposed to go along with kind of a bat theme, man, does that not scream Hordak? I mean, it's even got the same, I don't know if you can see that. Just look at this here for a second. Do you see his nose and his face there? Now look at look at this. I mean, to me, that's pretty close. I mean, that's very similar to the look there as far as the nose and just the eyes. You can see that the Hordak fits well in there. It just may need a little lift, may need some build up there to be level with the feet, as you can tell there. Otherwise, it fits great. So that kind of gives you an idea of how well it goes with that. Just may have to do a little work to set it up just right. But that is excellent. I love it. I think that's going to be great. Now, just to set up a few things from the Horde, let's go ahead and put his hand up here, kind of put him standing next to it there, and get our... Now, just to put some of our figures in place to get kind of a scale here so that you can see what it looks like with the figures in the play set. Let's get a feel of it here by putting a few of them in place here. There we go. Just get some of our villains in place here. I don't know about you, but I think it's working nicely. It's working good, and we could of course add some decor and some different objects to this inside portion, even beyond what they've already given us, with that sword that clamps on, the axe, that hammer, and even a shield there, and they pop right into place. And then, like I said, I turned around the banner. So I think it's looking great. Just to give you an idea of the size comparison here, I'm thinking it's working just right. And that's, like I said, this we could use in Castle Grayskull, and we'll do some Castle Grayskull comparisons. But I don't know about you, but I think this is working. It's working for me. Let me just give you a closer look at this gate back here. It's not metal, of course, it's plastic, but it reminisces certainly an old metal gate. That gunmetal with some aging, some shading around it to make it almost have an aged look. It looks really cool. So there's the inside of the Batcave that is now going to be the lair for our Mumm-ra. Certainly feel like that this could go serve the purpose of being a Castle Plun-Darr, the evil Castle Plun-Darr for the Thundercats. If Super 7 comes out with some more villains among the Thundercat mutants, there's Jackalman and of course Slithe and that monkey kind of guy, and the different villains that were a part of the mutants. If they do that, this could be the inside of that Castle Plun-Darr, which would be very, very cool, which is another one of the antagonists in the Thundercats. Not only Mumm-ra and Mumm-ra the Ever Living, but also the mutants that come from Plun-Darr, Planet Plun-Darr, that are old-time villains and antagonists against the Thundercats that followed them to Third Earth and are trapped there. But they built a Thundarr, so Castle Thundarr. So if, you know, we could use the outside of this for Mumm-ra's, you know, inside, and put a little bit of a dark, you know, siding on it and one of those pools in the middle. Can't really tell, you know, from the inside that it's the same thing on the outside. So that's just my imagination here. And let's go ahead and put a good guy in the prison here just to give you reference of size. Works perfect. So you see this scale of character, even though this playset was designed for that 5 1/4 scale, like on the back of the box, that Funko series with the different Thundercats and the DC, and you know, there's just various other characters that they've made in that 5 1/4 scale that are really kind of in scale with the original vintage Masters Universe characters in a lot of respects, with the way their legs are done and everything. But if you're a Classics fan and you want to use this playset, you see it works. So there you go, folks. And let's do a quick comparison to Castle Grayskull, and then we'll send you on your way. Thank you so much. All right, so just very quickly giving you a size comparison to our Batcave DC Primal Age that we're going to be using as our Mumm-ra's. Of course, evil lair and tomb where he comes out is what I'm going to be using it for. But there is, of course, your Castle Grayskull. Just give you a scale comparison. Castle Grayskull, of course, this isn't the vintage one. I don't have a vintage one, but this is the MOTU Classics version. And man, isn't it awesome? Did you ever think we would get that? But this just gives you a picture in scale of what. So this is really cool too, because I never owned the Mumm-ra's tomb with the little bull thing and whatever that other thing was that lit up, and then the glow in the dark eyes and all this. So I'm excited about having this because I think I can do the same with this in my MOTU Classic stories and Thundercat stories that I'll be putting together in my storyline. So I'm excited about this, and just very quickly we'll also show it opened up. All right, of course there is Castle Grayskull set up and all of its glory on the inside there, and then there is our Batcave. So you kind of see, and I can barely fit these on this same display, so you can see kind of a comparison. And one of the things I was going to show you, like I mentioned before, is I think this guy would actually go well with the Castle Grayskull. It kind of fits in better, I think, with these characters than with the villains, as far as the color scheme, to have that posed with our Castle Grayskull. So this item that comes with the Primal Age Batcave will make a great accessory and decor, I think, with your already, you know, your Castle Grayskull Classics motif here. Very cool. And this thing too, not necessarily in the castle, but using it in images, or you know, just some fossils, you know, that are in the desert, or however we can pose with it. I think that's going to go along perfectly with the MOTU Classics line and decor. So there you go, folks. The inside of the Batcave here by Funko, the DC Primal Age. Is that really nice? Again, that really nice throne that comes with it. To me, the price point of this now on Amazon or eBay, about $28, is worth it to have this, that even, of course, the playset itself, but just these accessories like this bone ladder thing that will work great with MOTU, and this item, I think it's, I think it's worth it. And of course, those weapons are in scale with the Classics figures as well. Fit along well with it. Well, thank you so much for checking us out. And please like, subscribe, share, comment. Let us know what you think. And we'll see you on the flip side with some more MOTU Classics and other action figures. And of course, with this new series, some items that go along with the MOTU Classics that fit in well with it, that work well with it. And so I'm excited about that. So come back and see us. Get a little closer look at this gate one more time. See, like almost kind of a rustic look on there. The shading, really neat. Those translucent flames again, just really cool. Those eyes, and if you wanted them to glow in the dark, I bet it would be perfect to use some of that glow in the dark paint that you can get at Walmart and just brush it on, like for $1.15, that glow in the dark paint, maybe the fabric paint, I'm not sure, but you can get that kind that'll work in the black light. You certainly could do that. It's not impossible.